Tracking macros is the easiest diet that there is, and I'm going to show you why. I'm probably the world's worst chef, but I can make food that fits my macros. So check it out. We're about to make breakfast real quick. I'm making some delicious peanut butter oatmeal, and I'm going to be showing you how to use volume measurements and the tare function on your scale to make cleanup easier and do a lot of other cool stuff, and also demonstrate some points. So we're going to start out with oats. I'm going to show you a little volume measure. So I've got a half cup. Never forget the monkey clip. And I'm just going to scoop these out. So here is 1/2 cup. Plop that in my bowl. Here's another 1/2 cup. Put that in there. So we have 1 cup of dry oats in this bowl now. I'm going to go ahead and track it too. So I'm going to add this breakfast item, and I'll search it because there's no barcode on that bag, but I know they're Quaker oats. So Quaker oats. So I'm searching that. We'll go with branded foods, and boom, there it is, oatmeal. So I'll put in my 1 cup dry and submit that. And so now I've got that in there with my breakfast foods. So the next things I'm going to put in here are peanut butter powder, crunchy peanut butter, and honey. But before I do that, I'm going to cook these oats. So I will come over here, use our handy dandy water filter, get some water in there. We're not even going to worry about weighing it at this point because different amounts of moisture will cook out depending on how long you have it in the microwave. So we're going to pop this in the microwave real quick and then come back with your awesome cooking channel delay where it comes out magically. All right, ready? I'll see you in a second. And they're cooked. All right, so here comes the fun part. We're gonna use my food scale. I'm gonna turn it on, right? And so pretty much every digital food scale has this function called tare. Not as in I'm about to tear up these oats, but tare is in 0 out. So if I put it on there, we can see it has a lot of weight. It's actually over 1 kilo. But if I hold down this button to tear it out, it goes back to 0. So that's what we're going to want to do. And the first thing that we're going to do is put in the peanut butter powder. This stuff is awesome. You don't even need to put extra liquid in because it just absorbs it and kind of gives it that peanut butter taste. But you reduce a lot of the fat macros on it. So I am a hungry boy who loves peanut butter. So I'm going to put in 6 tablespoons of this. And we can see, oh, that one's not pretty, but we can see how easy it is just to measure out 6 tablespoons. If you can count, you can track macros. That's the beauty of it. So here's just a fun little thing we can do. I see it's also 54 grams worth. If I go to add another item, I'm going to scan in this peanut butter powder, or you can measure it in grams. So I just change the unit here and go to grams and then put in 54. So that shows you 2 different ways you can do it. If you want to be super precise, you can use weight measurements. But anyway, so that's the peanut butter powder. Now we're going to put in the regular peanut butter. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to use a volume measurement. This is the funny thing about peanut butter is a tablespoon of actual peanut butter is always less than you would think it is. So here's what 1 tablespoon of peanut butter actually looks like. Most people are used to taking like the spoons that they eat cereal with and like scooping out a big chunk of, oh, it's a tablespoon. No, that's like 2.5. Oh, that actually worked. All right, so we got the peanut butter in there, but now that we're going to put honey in, we're going to hit that tare function again. And it's going to take the weight back to 0. So instead of trying to like measure out a tablespoon of peanut butter and it's a big sticky mess, I know I'm going to eat all this. So I'm just going to start drilling. Oh, look at that honey action. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. All right, so anyway, I got 13 grams of honey on there. And so now I will show you how to scan in this honey. Let's see, this is HEB Texas honey. Scan it in. And I'm going to change that unit over to grams, and I had 13. So just like that, there's my breakfast, and it's going to be delicious. And I know I'm going to eat this again tomorrow, so I can just copy the whole meal over to the next day. Boom. There it is. So I literally track my breakfast for tomorrow in about 2 seconds. So people are creatures of habit. They usually eat the same things over and over again. And with that in mind, if you're having things like this, or you're having a sandwich made the same way, or burger, or pizza, or lasagna, or whatever you want to eat that fits your macros, you can always just copy paste, use recent item adds, and have it just happen super fast. So that's the biggest misconception, is that, oh, if I'm tracking macros, it's going to be so much work. With the weigh and measure all this stuff, it's going to be really hard. But it's not. That took like 2 seconds, and if I do it the same way, I already know what it is. I know it's going to be 34 protein, 80 carbs, and 12 fat every time. Just make it the same way. Hope this helps. If you like this video, remember to comment and tell us how much you like it. Hit the like button. It's very easy to click. Subscribing is a little bit harder, so we'll appreciate it a lot more if you do that. See you next time.